Hey y'all, I don't know if I can be heard. Hey Shamita, hey y'all. It's your girl. I got a scarf on today. How y'all doing? Now y'all know I'm holding this phone, so that jiggle quality. Hey Victoria, that jiggle quality is gonna be for real. It's gonna be some real talk. This gonna be actually very short. Maybe about 10. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. I had some stuff. You know. Good afternoon. That's my hand. Cause y'all know I got a thing on the back of my phone, so I take it out. All right, so cause I don't know where the phone thing is to hold phone. Y'all know how y'all girl is. I am at home. Jax had a hey Lakeisha. Jax had a doctor's appointment. I am home. Strawberry kisses. Hey y'all, I'm gonna just lay like this because I think it's easier. Y'all ever notice when y'all laying in the bed and trying to figure out what you're doing? You lay back, hold the phone up. It's easier. I don't know why. So, how y'all doing? Good afternoon, good evening. But this is afternoon, so we're gonna stick with afternoon. This your girl, How we doing? I got on the scarf today. It's all pink all the time. Hey, Lady Parker. Hello. Hello, hello. Um, these little quick jump in, jump out lives. Hey, Ava. These are a lot of times just shit. Do I have a top lip? What is going on here? Y'all know I really don't have no color in my lips. Hold on, yeah. I should get a fluffer. Anyway, do what I say. so, so this is not anything. Um, um, this is not anything that's celebrity wise. This is more just a pet peeve wise. Hey, educated queen. You know, you'll be paying. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all some good shit. Even before I hurt myself, even before I became less mobile than normal, even when I was at my cutest, I didn't pay attention to myself in the mirror. I don't know why. Don't ask me. It has never been my thing to pay attention to myself. Why the hell am I so close up? What is? I feel like I am just zoomed in on my face. Anyway, so I'm gonna talk to y'all then. So I don't like look in the mirror and shit like that. Hi, queens. I don't look in the mirror like that. So unless I'm getting ready for something, I don't pay attention to my features. So I pay attention to the fact that I don't really have a lot of color in my lips. I guess that's what lipstick is for. Alright, so this is from my sister-in-law for yesterday. This is the scenario. And to give a little backstory, your girl has been in customer service for 35 years, 1984. So that's 37 years. Almost 37 years. I have been in direct person-to-person customer service since 1984. When I went back to high school, my senior year, I got a job. So it's been about 37 years. Take time off. I've done other things. Went to school, things like that. But I have had a job in direct customer service, either cashier or bartender or server since 1984. Yeah. First job, I sold clothes at a mall in Atlanta. You might know I went to high school in Atlanta. And I worked for this store called Easy Street, Kid Street. There was two stores. It was Easy Street and Kid Street. I worked Kid Street. So that's where I started my dislike of humanity. And let me tell y'all something. Little more backstory. Your girl has an attitude of I know I am self-aware that your girl can sometimes have an attitude of an unrepentant juvenile delinquent. Every day is you can get a day, and I believe that everybody. I went to Mays, Benjamin E. Mays High School from 81 to 84. Well, not, no, yeah, but I graduated in 84. So, I graduated in 85. I graduated at some point. So, like I said, I believe every day is a you can get a day. But any day can be a you can get a day. And I believe that anybody can be cussed out. And some days I wake up to violence. Just is what it is. It is what it is. And when I say anybody can be cussed out, I mean anybody. Because there's a certain level of disrespect that people think that they can give you when you're family and friends, and they think that they're immune from the getting the business. But I believe that anybody can get the business. And that includes customers. I'm going to start there saying that. So I don't want y'all to think that I am, hey, chit chat. I don't want y'all to think that I am that girl. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I am holding my phone. I don't want you to think that I am 100% customer service. Customer's always right just because I've been doing it for so long. The customer is very rarely right. Let me say that again. Hold on. I got a pillow. Oh, wait. I might be able to build a fortress. The pillow. But see, it's just so far. Okay, there it is. All right. So, what am I trying to say? Right. Customer's very rarely right. They are. I'm sorry, customers. I know y'all are customers. I know y'all go places and you think that you are right. But the reality is the only reason we say that is because without customers, the doors will not open. And I say all that to say this. Me, with my smart ass mouth, my ability to cuss out anybody, I still give the people that come into my place of business where I work and where I serve customers at, I still give them the utmost respect until they do something to not get it. I started waiting tables in 1989. So trust me when I tell you, there are certain groups of people as a whole that do not tip. And it's not just black people. It is a certain group of people. People from out of the country, tipping is not a thing, so they don't tip. Older people, they don't tip. They don't care. They barely want to pay for their food. There's just a certain group of people. When you see these people sit at your table, there's a good possibility you will walk away from there with not a dollar. However, I went to every table the same way. Hey, how y'all doing? What can I get y'all today? What we doing today? Now, how you come to me is how I then come back to you. That's how I teach. That's how I train my service. When I train service that every table is not going to be the same. Every person is not having the same day. Every attitude is not going to be the same. But people will tell you how they want you to treat them and treat them accordingly. If you go to somebody and you hit them with your best, hey, how y'all doing? And you get back a, hey, how y'all doing? Well, then you know what's about to go down. If you go, hey, how y'all doing? And you get back a, can I get a water? Then you know what's about to go down. And you treat them accordingly. Everybody does not want your super fluffy, blessed assurance, God bless you day. And some people just want you to give them their stuff so they can get it and go. And you give them that. You don't be rude. You don't be dismissive, but you don't give them more than they ask for, because sometimes you do worse trying to be nice to somebody who don't want your niceness. Everybody don't want somebody to treat them. Everybody don't feel the fluff. Let me say that. Everybody doesn't feel the fluff. They don't. Everybody don't feel the fluff. Everybody is not having that kind of day. Okay? So I don't know what day it was. But somebody I know went into a store, and I will say the name of the store. I think I can say the name of the store. Can I say the name of the store without getting in trouble? If I'm talking about how jacked up the service was at the store. Or not the service, but this person. All right. So somebody I know went into a Pandora store, and a lot of places have relaxed the pandemic restrictions. They don't require masks. They don't require the 6 feet. A lot of places have done that, especially in the DMV area. But some places, because it is a personal thing, and because stores are private businesses, even if they're in public arenas like a mall or something, it's still a private business within this public arena. They can do what the hell they want. If they tell you you can't come in without a mask, don't go in their store without no mask. Don't come in talking about your rights and registrations and restrictions, whatever. And regular. If the store says you can't come in without a mask, don't break your ass in people's store without a mask. That being said, so my friend walked into the store. Her and her niece walked into the store. And before they could say anything, and I'm not quoted verbatim, but the gist was the associate at the store told my friend, we practice social distancing here. So could you please get 6 feet away from the customer? The women. And I was told that story yesterday. I don't know when it happened. I was told that story yesterday. And for some reason, that shit bit my butt in the wrong area. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Number one, there are ways to talk to people. There are ways to talk to anybody. Ways to talk to anybody. You can call somebody a bitch if you say it right. You won't get your ass whooped. And it wasn't racial because the person who it was said to was black, and the person who said it was black. So because a lot of things now are tempered by the color of racism and bigotry and bias. It wasn't racial. It was to an extent, but it wasn't racial. It was more bias. So you assumed, number one, that you had the right to speak to a customer who had not said anything and walked in, came up to the counter, somebody moved, walked in, came up to the counter, and before they could ask about anything in the jewelry case, we practice social distancing. Please get away from the customer. Or move 6 feet from the customer. Let me tell you something. Now, I have worked in a place where you got hourly. I have worked in a place where you got hourly plus commission. I have worked at a place where you got $2.13 an hour plus tips. And at the end of the day, if your money is contingent upon how you treat a person, you need to start in the right, regardless of how you end up. You need to start in the right. So, needless to say, my friend, my niece walked out, didn't say nothing, just left. But it was how you said it. It was the specificity of what was said, how they said it, and why they said it. So, older black lady waiting on white customer, see two relatively young black people come in because they had a mask on. So you couldn't tell the exact age. You saw more money at the person you're working with than the people walking in. You saw more money with one person than the two people walking in. Now, if anybody know me, know my family, know who I hang with, Pandora is our jam. This is just 3 of my Pandora bracelets. I have another one that's the original snake bracelet that's only got like room for one more charm on it. And I'm not gonna stop shopping in Pandora. I'm not gonna go there. And when I do shop in Pandora, I'm going to make sure I let them understand. I'm going to write them a 35 years of experience, customer note. Not know I'm pissed off, but I'm pissed off. Here's the thing. I get it. I get it. It's a long motherfucking day at work. Your money is contingent upon how much money somebody else spends. You don't feel like you got to be bothered with that shit. I get it. However, you can go. Let me tell you how many times I done cussed out somebody back in the kitchen. Let me tell you how many times I done walked into the back office, closed the door, and screamed fuck for at least 30 seconds and then went out there and did my job. I have cussed out fruit in the cooler. I have took a walk around the block to get back so I don't have to cuss out people. So when I tell you that it is well within your realm to express your displeasure without expressing it to the customer, I know. So it wasn't just the tone in which it was said, because I know how it was said. It was the wording. See, it was the wording that blew me back away from the customer. Now, from what I understand, everybody in there is a customer. Everybody who walks within the doors of a store, regardless of whether it's a restaurant or a grocery store or a Pandora bracelet or a Pandora jewelry store, everybody who walks in that does not work there is a customer. Right? I know I go in there to get one charm and end up spending $200-$300. So just cause the day ended and why. But you specifically said the customer. Hey, Morris, to make sure that you show them your disdain for them being in there. You wanted your little, and they got so many new words for it. It's just being petty, but your little microaggressions and yes, you're correct. Your little microaggression and your little, I can say this slick shit because I really didn't say nothing bad, but I kind of did say something bad, and they ain't smart enough to know what the hell I said was bad. That shit blew me. That pissed me off. It was like, I got mad as hell when she told me. Like they was in my store not spending money. But it's not necessary because I am very self-aware. I am. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I don't think I'm cuter than anybody else. I don't think I'm more educated or intelligent than anybody else. I don't have any I don't have any illusions about who I am, how I look, and what's going on in my life. I know that in each aspect of my life, I could be doing better and I could be doing worse. But as long as I'm doing, I'm good. So I don't go into a situation where I need you to spend your money with me. So I need to act an ass just because I feel as though you're not going to spend as much money as this person or that person. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody in the chat and in the replay, if you have never worked in customer service or you need your kids to learn how to deal with people, let your kids get a job in customer service. Work a weekend at a Walmart. Walmart will make you hate everybody, including family. Because no one is more put upon. No one is more disrespected. No one is more. It is almost as though they're invisible. And here's the crazy part about it. We disregard the cashier at the grocery store, the girl behind the counter at the McDonald's, the guy that just gave us our coffee at Starbucks. And in our minds, because I've heard people say this, they should get a better job. We go to our favorite restaurant and sit down and order drinks and food and don't think we have to tip the server because they should have a better job or a different job. But at the same token, you don't want to go in Walmart and use self-checkout because that ain't your job. You don't want to order your shit online and then just go pick it up. That ain't your job. So you can't have it both ways. You can't tell these people who get up, put their clothes on, and go out to make sure you got your shit right, that they should have a better job, they should be doing better, when this is the job that you need for them to do. The job you need for somebody to do, you go into Walmart and people complain about how they got so many self checkouts, but you treat the cashier like shit. You act like the people that work in there are your slaves and sorry about the word, are your maids. And you and they owe you something because they work at Walmart. This is the only job they got. They work at Walmart. Come on, man. Everybody work for somebody, including themselves. If you ain't working for somebody, you're working for yourself. And those that are independently wealthy, we ain't got to worry about it. Treat somebody the way you want to be treated, people. And if they don't treat you the way they're supposed to, that's on them. If it had been me, I know I'm very slow to get people fired. I'm very slow to complain because I know what happens when you complain about somebody who works in places, because they will fire your ass. You don't, I'm because I've been unemployed, because I have not had a job. I had to try to figure out how to take care of my family. So I'm not quick to say, can I speak to a manager? However, blatant disrespect, it bothers me because it's not necessary. Because I know you don't have to do it in my face. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you gotta like me. I'm not saying you ain't gotta want to cuss me out or none of that. All I'm saying that there are ways to express that without pissing off somebody else. And I'm not just gonna be mad with you because you walk in the store. I gotta be at work anyway. Might as well give me something to do. I'm not going to be mad at you if you don't spend any money, because at the end of the day, if you don't spend any money and I've taken care of you and you ain't spent no money, I can go on to somebody who will. I didn't miss no money because I took care of you, and I didn't miss no money because I took care of you, got you out of the way, and got over there to them. I wanted to really I really wanted to just get in the car yesterday and go to wherever that was. That Pandora, find that lady and cuss out. I want to just go to places and train servers and customer service reps on how to deal, because trust me, it's a lot of folks out there like me that don't have the stop. And the stop is, before you start cussing out somebody in customer service, that has nothing to do with what you mad about. When I call somewhere and somebody that messed up my money, that girl on the phone with me, they'll mess up my money. So I have to stop myself, because I feel myself getting mad because she's a representation of the people I'm calling. And that's the same way when you walk into a store, a grocery store, a jewelry store, a restaurant. These people are representations of who you pissed off at. But if you go to a restaurant and you order your food, and your server put your food in correctly, and your steak, I'm going to use steak because you can't see from the outside whether it's done properly on the inside until you touch it, until you cut into it. You go order a steak, your server puts it in the way you said, and the cook cooked it medium rare instead of medium well. What is this? Why is it? I'm sorry, my steak is wrong. Can you fix it? Why are you cussing out that girl? She ain't made your steak. Why are you cussing out the bartender? He didn't cook nothing. You go into Walmart and you go pick up a shirt and it's supposed to be on clearance. You get up to the register. It rings up full price. You cuss out the cashier. Guess what? In Walmart, the cashier don't have nothing to do with how them prices are. Those prices are put into the computer outside of the store. Matter of fact, don't nobody in the store can do that. He used to work at Walmart. The store, the prices of things are supposed to be changed when they give them the discount or the clearance tags. Those prices are supposed to be uploaded in the computer. That girl that just rang up this shirt had nothing whatsoever to do with that. I worked at Walmart, and we used to price match. Used to price match. If you brought in a ad from another store, CVS, Walgreens, it didn't matter what store, and it was the exact item that was in the ad, we had it, and when we had it for a more expensive price and it was cheaper there, we would give it to you for price. So one time, and this was younger Lisa, after Nick, but pre-Zen. This is before I just hit the Zen. It was a point there when I hit the Zen, but it wasn't there. So this lady got 5 pound bags of sugar, and she had her CVS ad. Now, two things. Thing number one, it was a coupon. It wasn't an ad. It wasn't an advertised price. It has to be an advertised price. Can't be a coupon. Can't be something you got to scan. It's. You look at the price. The price is 99 cents for a 5 pound bag of sugar, and we had the exact same sugar for $2.59. I changed the price to $5.99. I can do it. First thing was it was a coupon. Ma'am, that's a coupon. I can't do that. That's not an advertised price. That is something specific for that store. And that's how I said it. Because I could see her getting crunk. I saw her face. You can almost see when customers' face change. I saw her face. So I didn't raise my voice because I know when you start, I have come to at some point I came to the conclusion if you raise your voice to somebody, they're going to raise their voice to meet you and go over, and that turns into a screaming match and nothing is heard. Come on in. Come on. All right. And then that turns into a screaming match and nobody hears you. So I saw her getting crunk. And she was on the phone, which is very disrespectful, but I digress. She was on the phone talking to her homegirl, I guess. I said, ma'am. I said, that's a coupon. And I said, ma'am, that's not the same sugar. It has to be the same item. It has to be the exact same item that's advertised in the paper. Well, it's sugar. You're correct. It is sugar. But our policy, we can't do that. Well, somebody gonna do it. This bitch won't give me my sugar. That's what she said into the phone. Now y'all know that it took everything and all the unicorns and all the sparkly rainbows to keep me from cussing that bitch out in front of everybody. But all I did was I flipped my light off, turned off my cash register. I walked to a customer service manager. I did not use the phone. I left. And I told her what was going to go down. I said, you're going to go handle this bitch at this motherfucking register. Because I'm going to cuss her motherfucking ass out. Okay? She talking to her phone. And I've told her that she can't do a certain thing. Now, I guess you want a manager or whatever. But you need to get her for I get her. Okay? Okay. And when it got her, and I told her that, I was very, And I walked back with her. I did not leave my register completely. I walked back with her so I could watch her tell the woman the exact same thing I just told her. It's just sugar. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing when somebody tells you, when you try to do that, it's just this, it's just that. The reality is that when you start off with sugar and that's your attitude, it'll be something else. And then it'll be something else. And then it'll be something else. I got presents. Charles gave me a box. I don't know what it is. Should I open it? I don't know what this is. Is that my name? Oh, what is that? That is my name. What is this? I don't even know what this is, y'all. Oh, I do know. Anyway, Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. If you work in customer service and you got a fucked up attitude, figure out a way for you not to get that fucked up attitude to people who don't deserve it. I'm not telling you. Hear me. Let me get up. Let me put my eyeball right here. Is that my eyeball? I'm not telling you to not cuss somebody out, because guess what? Bitches wake up every day. I am firmly convinced there are people that wake up every day saying this is the day that I want to get cussed out by somebody I don't know. So I'm not saying don't cuss out people who deserve it. What I'm saying is don't give what you are not given. That's all I'm saying. That's for the employees, for the people who come into these places. Stop looking at these people like they got these little dead end jobs and this the only job they can do and da 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 whoop de whoop. You don't understand. A lot of these are students. These are kids that are making their way somewhere else. These are people who didn't get a chance to get a good education, but they need to take care of their families. These are people who need a job. And these are the people that you need to do that job. Stop being disrespectful to somebody because you don't think their job is as important as you think their job should be. I'm just saying. Stop it. Stop going into restaurants telling them they should have a regular job. Don't tip your server. Let me tell y'all some good shit. If you go into a restaurant that pays their servers for what they're worth, your food will be out of your price range. Let me say that one more time. If you go into a restaurant that does not allow tipping and pays their servers like they pay other people, you will not be able to afford their food. I don't know why people think servers just do one thing. Servers don't do one thing. Most servers are like me. Now a lot of them are young kids, they just come in there, wait their tables and get the hell on. But you know who they are and they make tips accordingly. But most servers are like me. I started waiting tables when I was in college. That's why I did it. It's an easy way to make money. I could work around my schedule. If I needed a book, I could go to work. If I needed a shirt to go out, I could go to work. You got a lot of students, people working on multiple degrees in there. It is what it is. But these people know what to do from the front door to the back door. The person seats you. The person greets you. The person takes your order. The person goes back in the back, and depending upon the restaurant, some servers have to make your salad. Some servers have to put your stuff together. Some people sit in the bar. And then you got the bartender waiting on you, who is not only waiting on you, but making the drinks and making the drinks for everybody in the restaurant. And still waiting on you. Stop going into restaurants in America where tipping has been going on since before most of us were born, and acting like your server is beneath you because they're a server. If you wanted to get up and make your own food, your ass would have stayed at home. If you wanted to get up and get your own drinks, your ass would have stayed at home. If you wanted to get up and be the bartender and make your own cocktails, your ass would have went to the liquor store and then stayed at home. Yes. Who said it? Hey, Blackbird. That is true. During this pandemic, we have looked at healthcare workers. We have looked at nurses, CNAs. I'm not going to say doctors, because doctors are not the people who have that one-on-one. Doctors talk to patients for 15, 20 minutes and then they go somewhere else. The nurses and the CNAs and people like that, the nurses' aides, the doctors' aides, the medical assistants. Those are the people that work with the patients. They risked their life during the pandemic. But so did the girl that worked at Old Charlie's in Buffalo Wild Wings, who was answering the phone. Thank you. Who was answering the phone in Old Charlie's. I mean, not Old Charlie's. That was the first restaurant I worked at, by the way. My bad. Who were in these restaurants, still taking orders for your food, leaving the house, risking their lives so you could have a goddamn cheeseburger. Those people who got us through last year are just as important as the doctors and nurses who got us through. There are people right now, the customer service people that you negate and that you act like is an invisible part of society is what got us through the pandemic. Those people still willing to go into their grocery stores and do their jobs and be a cashier and be this and be that and leave their house for $10 an hour, $7 an hour, $7.25 an hour, $8 an hour. And you want to complain about how much you got to tip somebody. Where these girls and these guys are leaving their house and leaving their kids to go up there and wait on your dumb ass. Even though it's a pandemic, even though people are dying, and you want to complain about tipping somebody. Walmart, Giant, Safeway stayed open, and there were people that had to be in there around y'all during the hard part of the pandemic when people were catching COVID left and right. They were in there making sure you could eat. When people were still bitching wearing a mask, not wearing a mask. These people who do this, us, my people, are important because we do the jobs y'all think y'all are too good to do. Not y'all. Y'all is a general term. But y'all know what I'm talking about. You know how many times I've had seen people turn their nose up at a server or a cashier? Talk about the dude that just rang them up when they bought their cigarettes and their beer at the convenience store. Like you don't need these people. Stop it. Stop it. If you got enough money, let me tell y'all something. There are days when you have to count that last dollar in your wallet. I get it. I get it. There are days, hey Valerie, there are days when your bills are paid, your lights are on, there's food in your refrigerator, but you don't feel like cooking, but you ain't got but $5, $10, $20 in your wallet. Don't carry your ass somewhere. Sit down at the table if you don't have enough to tip with the money you got in your wallet. Get your food to go. Come home. Hey, Violet. Tipping is a part of the money you got. I know that I'm going to the restaurant. I'm going to need to at least have 20% to tip. I look in my wallet and I don't have nothing to tip. Guess what? I'm going to go somewhere else. Hell, I'm going to hit DoorDash nowadays and I still tip on DoorDash. Because somebody is taking their time out of their day, getting in their car, wasting their gas to come drop my shit off at the house. Trust me, somebody gonna drop some shit off at the house today. Tip these people. Say thank you. Be polite. Now here's the thing. I want to make sure I reiterate. If they ain't polite, you ain't gotta be polite. If they showing out, you can show out. Hey, Ronnie. But don't give what you're not giving. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying it for the people that work there and for the people that are getting worked on. Don't give what you are not giving. If the customer didn't come in there and be short with you, don't say no slick shit out your mouth and think you ain't gonna get cussed out. If that girl said please and thank you and brought you everything you needed and the kitchen messed up, don't cuss that girl out because your food wasn't right. She didn't cook it. Don't get mad with that cashier because they out of green beans. She ain't got shit to do with them green beans. Hey, Willie. That's all I'm saying is don't give what you are not given in this particular situation. Customer service is a hard and it's a thankless job. And most of these people are not just doing cashiers. They're not just cashiers. Yes, Violet. Do you understand? So for everybody that doesn't know, so for later on, when you're watching this in the replay, and maybe somebody shared this and they watching it in the replay, do you know that I have to pay for you to sit there? Let me say it one more time. I have to pay for you to sit there. Because most places have what's called a tip pool. And that is 1%, 2%, 3% of my total sales goes to a pool to give to the bartender, the hostess, and the busboy. Because they do services for the servers, just like the servers do for the customers. So I have to pay that. I am taxed on the tips that you give me. And I am taxed on the income I get from. So basically, servers are taxed 3 times and have to pay for you to sit there if you don't tip. If you don't tip your server, 3% of that check is they still have to pay it out. So I had to pay for your broke ass to sit there and eat this cheeseburger and drink this beer, and you sitting up there laughing and joking, and then the one thing you write in the tip section, oh, I'm broke, baby. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. All I'm saying, I'm not saying go out of your way to be extra nice to evil motherfuckers. All I'm saying is don't give what you're not giving. That is all I'm saying. And that's the customers and employees alike. If you got an issue with something, make it be an issue. Make it be something real. Don't take out your bad day on the people that you need to do your stuff for you. Okay? Okay. Now one more, and then I'm done. This has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with. Oh no, you ain't missed nothing, Valerie. No, I started off. My thing was, you weren't here earlier. I was talking about how a friend of mine that went into a Pandora store, and the associate was rude as soon as they walked in the Pandora store. They walked in, 30 seconds later, they walking out because of what the associate said. But that just started off the whole thing that don't give what you're not giving. Customer service, direct customer service is very hard. And it is harder than people think because people always assume that it doesn't take a skill to do the things you do as customer service. Customer service is a cashier, associate, salesperson, the person on the phone, a call center. All of these are customer service. Anything to where one person serves a customer. And people look at, no. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me keep going. Did I miss something? Hey, Valerie. No, I was trying to say what I was talking about. I don't know. Anyway. So, but yeah. That's all I was saying. And then I got to talking about everybody else. Yes. Right, Violet. You don't. That's what I was telling them. So, my thing is this. Like I said, if you have going to a restaurant, that's cool. If you ain't got no money to tip, don't go to a restaurant that you know you got to tip at. That's all I'm saying. Don't cuss out the customer. Don't cuss out the cashier because the store out of something. Or because something rang up differently. They ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't cuss out your server because the steak ain't done the right way. She ain't cooked that steak. Don't cuss out the girl that you asking to get your lights cut back on. She didn't cut your lights off. She is working the call center. On the flip side, if customer service representatives choose violence, feel free to cuss their ass out. That's all I'm saying. Now, this is the second part. Um, Second part. And this is a little more serious. It has nothing to do with customer service. But it was something that I saw. And it's been going on in every generation. And I don't understand how it keeps going on. I saw an article to where a man, I think he was convicted. I don't know whether he was convicted or he was just charged with the murder of a 6-month-old baby because the baby was crying and interrupted his video game. And the mother, I don't even think the baby was his. The way the article was set up, I don't think the baby. She had 3 kids. One that was taken away, an older child that was with the father, one that was a year old, and the 6-month-old. The year-old was taken away. The older one was with her father. And her baby was killed by her boyfriend that she met online. And then she had baby sitting in her house because she was going to work and he ain't had no job. So he killed her baby because her baby was crying. And it interrupted his video game. My people, my people, my people. You better tell him about it. Sure did. Well, my waitress raised me. Cause I ain't had Nick till I was 37. I stopped waiting tables because he was I stopped bartending because he was getting up really. He was on my schedule and my schedule was really late. So I stopped so I could spend more time with him. I wish I hadn't stopped because I made good money, but it was what it was. Hey, Queen Nala. Hey. And Wilma. Hello. So this is the second half. And this is going to be much shorter. Because there's not much to say on this subject. Because the subject is stop bringing these folks around your kids. Yes. Yes. Shamina, please pay them. If you can't tip with cash, that's fine. But yeah. If you put it on a credit card, it's taxed. Yep. Yes, it is. It's automatically taxed. So, yeah. Yes, you're correct, Valor. But that's why I said this is going to be shorter than what I was saying before. Keep these folks from around your kids. And normally it is a man killing the kids. Sometimes it's a lady, but more than often than not, it's a dude. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all some good shit. Tell you some good shit. I understand wanting to be loved. I understand wanting love and companionship. I understand wanting somebody to be there with you. I get all that. But let me tell you young people something. When you decide to lay down, have sex unprotected, no condoms, no birth control, and get knocked up or knock somebody up, all your feelings and thoughts and all that shit go out the window. The love of your the love of your life, the great love of your life, is what you about to push out, and will look like you. In every instance, now, I'm not going to say every instance. Let me not say that. In the really horrific instances, it is normally somebody who is not related to any of the children in the house, only been with the person a few months, and it's got something to do with the child crying. Now, I don't know about y'all, but babies cry. They cry, they holler, they pee on you, they shit in your hand, they kick you in the eye. Basically, they're just little terrorists that you had for the 99 and 2000. Your boyfriend ain't your babysitter. If you can't take them kids to their daddy, stop having them kids. Listen to me, y'all. Listen. We were out, y'all know I'm faithful Maury. I'm a faithful Maury, and I'm a faithful Judge Lauren Lake, and I'm paternity court, and the you are not the father, you are the father. I'm faithful to watching that. Yes, I sure do. I fight kids. I had one. I had one child. I raised three, not including Nick. And I'll fight you about them. Everybody else, sure. It is a come as you go basis. It just depends upon who you are and how I feel about you. Let me tell y'all something. Stop having these kids. Stop it. Look, girls, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that they don't say on these shows. Let me tell you what they don't say. They get to talking about how they're screaming about how it takes two to make a baby, and you got to step up and be you a deadbeat. Now, let me tell you the problem with these statements is it takes two people to make a baby. It does not take two people to have a baby. Most of the time, it takes one. Stop having these kids with people that don't want you. I can't express it enough. This young lady, the last one I saw, she had 3 kids. One wasn't with her, one was taken from her, and one was murdered because it was crying. Because you had some sorry ass motherfucker in your house babysitting because you was working and they wasn't. Stop having these people, these men and women around your kids that are not. Now, it's bad enough. It's hard enough when you are related to the parent. It is bad enough when you got a daddy that don't want to be there, a mama that thinks she too young to be a mama. It is bad enough when you got parents that don't want a parent. You top that shit off by bringing somebody around your kids, leaving them, and being confused when you come home and you got to figure out how to bury your child. I am so tired of reading about child, and not kid, but infant, 6 months old, 3 months old, 6 weeks old, a year old, 18 months old, shaken, beaten, stomped on, dropped on his head, thrown against the wall. I am so fucking tired of hearing that. Kids are not a badge of honor. Kids are not trophies. Kids are not pocketbooks you can put up in your closet. Kids are not pictures you can put on your wall. They're not unicorns you can collect. Kids are living, breathing human beings that need you to do everything for them. including keep them alive. Stop bringing all these people around your kids. Why ain't nobody tell me how to boogie my nose? It's just rude, disrespectful. That's just mean. That's mean, y'all. Y'all can tell me I had that. Hold on. Is it gone? It's gone. Okay. That her kids were taken away from her. But I just had to say that. I just had to get that little part out. I just had to get that out. Because I saw it and it just blew me. I am 55 years old and I've been seeing these stories my entire life. People always say that I'm going to wait till it's the right time to have a kid. And let me let y'all in on a secret. I don't know when the right time is. You never have enough money. You're never stable enough. Your house is never big enough. Your car is never good enough. It is always another level you can be at. You have to be okay with yourself to have kids, because kids test you and try you at every turn. If it's not the world testing you and trying you when your baby is a baby, it's your kids trying you when they're trying to figure out who they are in the world. It is your adult kids trying you because now they grown and they think they can talk to you in all kind of way, and you think you won't get the shit choked out of your ass at 38. You're confused. Kids try you at every turn, from the time they are born to the time they take their last breath. When you are dead, they are trying you from the grave. The only time that is right is when you are ready to understand that your life is no longer your own, and that your needs and desires for at least a little while don't matter. Young people, stop bringing all these people that are not the mamas and daddies to these kids around these kids. Stop having these kids if you can't take care of them. Birth control, education, anything. Ask your homegirl. If you are 20 and your homegirl is 20 and she got 4 kids, ask her what's going on in her life. Not what she shows you, but ask her, sit her down and ask you what really is going on in her house before you sit up there and think that this baby is going to make this boy act right. Young men, before you knock this girl up, before you sit up there and say she look clean, before you say I don't like condoms because I can't feel nothing, before you sit up here and raw dogging at a woman, make sure that you know that you can be there, or you going to be like the person that left your ass out there hanging. Make sure you're ready to make that decision. The ready for kids is not about the money, because parents find a way. And kids don't even know you found a way. You got broke ass kids feeling like rich ass kids because parents did what the hell they were supposed to do. They found a way. Because parents find a way. But that's because the parent found their way before the kids got here. That's because the parent made up in their mind that this is my baby. And this gonna always be my baby. So I got to do whatever the hell I got to do to make sure this baby feels like he owns the world, even if he don't own a rock. Stop having these kids. A child is not going to make a man act right. A child, where my eyeball at, is not going to make a man act right. A child is not going to slow her down. A child is not going to keep her out the club. A child is not going to make her less desirable to the next man. Think that ain't why they knocking you up? You think they knocking you up because they love you? You think they're knocking you up because they want to go to child support court and get their little check garnished? Girl, bye. He don't even call you his girlfriend. Okay? She ain't post you on her Facebook. Okay? But you think this baby gonna make her act right? True that. We got these kids out here making these grown-up decisions that grown-ups have a hard time making. Let me say it one more time. Because I don't really think people realize that shit. Grown-ups, adults, have a hard time making correct decisions when it comes to love and intimacy. Why the hell you think a child is going to make a good decision? But we don't want to teach them about, we don't want to teach our children about sex ed, birth control, options. We don't want to teach our children about sex. We want to tell them not to do it and think that that's going to work. Did it work for you? Everybody in the chat that don't have sex ever because I said so. Did it work? Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. If because your mama or daddy told you to not have sex until you married because I said so. Tell me how that worked out. Don't worry. I'll wait. Yeah. 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 It didn't work then. It damn sure ain't gonna work now. Teach your kids about sex. Not just about sex, but sexuality, intimacy, affection, emotions. Oh yeah, I can't stand that. I can't stand that. I can't stand you got all these kids, so you think these older kids gonna parent the kids that you had. That's not their job. It is not their job. It is not your 16-year-old job to take care of your 2-year-old twins. You shouldn't have been fucking. It is not your 16-year-old job to give up her weekend. Take care of the kids that you decided to have 16 years later. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. But back to what I was saying. Teach your kids about what they really need to know about sex. Because there's so much that goes along with sex that has nothing to do with the actual act of intercourse. There's so much more to sex than intercourse. And all we teach our kids is not to have sex. But that is the most ignorant thing I've ever heard somebody say. When you tell somebody something, it's like the I don't know whether it's a proverb or just a saying, but you can teach a man, you can give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. But if you teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. You can tell a child no, but if you tell him why and give him the knowledge and the information they need to know why you said no, you got a better chance of that no being heard than don't have sex because I said so. You ain't old enough to have sex, but you ain't but 15 years old than this child you talking to. Make no mistake, y'all. Very few parents in this day and age are 38 years older than their kids like I am. You got 36-year-old grandmamas. Tell your baby why she shouldn't have sex at 15. Tell your baby what happens. Tell your baby the emotions that are attached to sex, that have nothing to do, that don't feel anything like them little emotions they had before they had sex. I don't know, baby. Because let me tell you something. I don't know about love, but I don't know about everybody, but when you love somebody, you become blind. And you think that because you love this person loves you enough to love your kids the way you love your kids. But that's not how the world works. So you think he loved me, he said he loved me, and he sleep over here at night, that, he can watch my kids for me. He'll take care of them like he take care of me. Do he really take care of you? Or is it just you rather have a man in your house than anything else? And I'm talking to anybody. And I'm not just talking about a man or woman. Either one of them. Men, women can be just as sorry as men. It's just many sorry ass women out there as it is men. So I just use one or the other when I'm talking. So don't think I'm picking on ya. Is he really loving on you? Is he really doing you some good? Don't leave your kids with everybody. Don't just tell your 15-year-old not to have sex if you're 15 years older than them, 12 years older than them, 13 years older than them. Tell them why. Tell them what you had to go through. Tell them the struggles that you hear from them. And if you don't, you run the risk of being a grandmama at 35, 36, 30, 29. A grandmother. There's so much that goes along with having kids that we should not be having to have a discussion about. Don't bring your kids around everybody, because kids ain't for everybody. Your kids ain't for everybody. Hey, Miss D. Parker. I don't know. My mother-in-law couldn't babysit my kids. Yep. Nick was with me everywhere. Nick was everywhere. He's either with me, my sister, or my mom. Me and my sister, because my mom was disabled. She be in the house. She did. She went babysit. Problem is, parents don't show their kids love. So when the right one comes along saying they love them, they go for it easily. True that. True that. But what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, if just because somebody loves you don't mean they love your kids, especially in a new relationship, especially in the beginning. Because it's all a honeymoon period, and it's all fun and games, and it's all lovely and fluffy. Until the baby start crying in the middle of your Call of Duty. And you can't hear what the hell somebody just said to you. And now you got an attitude because they done shot you for the 13th time, and you go shake the shit out of a 6-month-old. Throw it up against. I think this baby was shaking and thrown up against the wall. Who the fuck does that? All I'm saying is that caught my attention as well. And I'm not going to speak on that too much, because here's the thing. That'll irritate me too, because don't nobody really realize these is people. These not puppies. They not. These are people. They not puppies. They not kittens. They not birds. They not cats. These are people you are making. And these people are leaving this earth. Because they were crying. Because they were hungry. I saw one where this was his daddy, and he killed this child because he was disciplining him for wetting the bed. Stop having everybody around your kids. Stop having kids with everybody. Because if he was whooping your ass, trust me, he gonna whoop your babies. If he wasn't there for you, he ain't gonna be there for your kids. If she was sleeping with your cousin when you met her and sleeping with you at the same time, she's gonna be sleeping with your brother. If y'all can't do nothing but fuck and fight, don't have no babies. Because one day the fighting is going to outweigh it. Stop bringing these kids into this world and not being able to take care of them. And I'm not talking about buying them stuff. I'm talking about being able to take care of your kid. Being able to put your kid first above all else. Stop these babies from having these damn babies. That's right. Yes. I love that. I love to see fathers showing their little girls what kind of man they're supposed to date. I love to see mothers making sure their sons have just enough feminine energy to deal with women. Because we can be a little much. A little much. And you need to be able to deal with us and be man. I love mamas that don't, you ain't, oh, hold on, y'all. My bad. Ain't gonna tell you. So I can see my ring in the thing. And my, I don't know why. I don't know. I think I got OCD, but I don't know if it's OCD. It could just be crazy. My band swirls around on my hand. And it just bothers me that the front of the band don't be there. So I had to stop and fix it. So, there you go. Look crazy. Um, when you make the decision to become a parent, you got to make the decision to become a parent. And you're a parent until the day you die, not till they turn 18. And it is your job to protect them from everything, including you. If you know that you can't be the parent your child needs, find them a parent. If you know that the person that you had them with is not what they need, make sure they ain't there. These is your kids. You had them. You made them. That is the one thing that nobody else could do in the whole world, is make your child. Treat it like the precious, unique, singular gift that it is. Stop having all these folks around your kids. And I said all that, and it is now going into the evening, and it is time to say goodbye. I remember my cousin would never let me walk on the curbside of the street. He told me a real man will make, yes, yep. I teach Nick that. Nah, well, I've told him that, but DC make sure she tells him stuff like that. You walk on the outside. You sleep on the side of the bed that's closest to the door. Even when we're in a hotel room, I don't sleep on the side of the bed close to the door. It's little things like that. Pull a woman's chair out. Hold the door. Ladies, fix his plate. I know it sounds simple and simplistic. And it doesn't sound like it means anything. Fix his plate. Don't always go for the sexual. Sometimes it's the simple. I don't care how much he loves you. He'll never love your kids the way you do. She'll never love your kids the way you do. Stop having your kids around everybody. Because I'm going to tell you something. That's true. And for those that got married, stop playing with these kids. Not just divorced parents. Stop playing with these kids. Stop using these kids because you mad with her. Because you mad with him. Because you ain't say something they like. Stop playing with these kids like that. Because they're going to end up hating both of y'all. They're not just going to hate him or her. They're going to hate your ass too. They're not going to know how to have a real relationship. They're not going to know how to talk to the opposite sex. Hey, Crystal! Girls go out there and have sex with older men because they're looking for a daddy. Boys go out there and have sex with 20, 30 girls before they turn the age of 16 because somebody told them that's what a man does. Boys see girls as sexual objects instead of friends and homegirls because that's just what boys do. Girls are weak and don't have their own mind. Need a man because that's what they're taught. Stop having these kids. Everything that I said, everything that I've said will be fixed if you stop having all these kids your ass can't take care of. That's just it. My ex didn't want much to do with his son and it made it furious, but I never spoke bad about him to my son. The Bible says to honor your mother and father. Never want him to disrespect him. That's true. I don't I wouldn't talk bad about him because here's the thing. Here's where we get it all twisted up. You talking bad about the person you had this baby with, but you had the baby with him. You calling this girl a hoe, and she sleep with everybody, but you knocked up. You calling him sorry and dead and a dead beating his dick was little, but guess what? Little dick did knocked you up. Stop playing with each other. Stop having these babies. Stop having these babies. It's enough people. Let's take care of the ones we got. Every day there are children dying from starvation. Every day there's a child that did not eat here in America. Every day there's a child that did not have a shoes to change out of, did not have a bath because they didn't have any hot water, did not have a bed because they sleep in a car. Stop. But it's not bad judgment necessarily. Now, there's times when it's bad judgment because it's a lot of people think that they stuff is the best stuff and they stuff gonna fix everything. And that's men and women. But the reality is that if you saw the hole if you went in eyes open and that was a hole that you was messing with, then you know what you got. But sometimes the situations change. And let me tell you something else. A lot of times, ladies, and I'm speaking to my ladies right now, a lot of times it's not the kids that the man don't want to be bothered with no more. But the kids are the one that pay the price. Let me say that again. It's not the baby he don't want to be bothered with. It's you. If this man don't want nothing else to do with you, and every time he want to see his kids, you say, "What you got for me?" Men, stop threatening these women. I'm gonna tell everybody you this. I'm gonna show everybody you that. I'm gonna take these kids from you. Stop threatening the woman. Because guess what? If you the kind of man that threaten the mother of your child, you also the kind of man that don't want the child. You just want to bother her. Stop having these babies. Stop having them. That way we wouldn't have to have these discussions. So that was my hey y'all for this afternoon. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I want to thank everybody in the chat. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the bomb squad. Y'all don't understand how much I do. Hold on, what is this one? When my son finally started talking to his dad on the phone because we're in different states, I always said I don't want nothing to do with y'all talk because I knew I couldn't talk to him. See, that's the thing. But not everybody like that. Not everybody like that. And more often than not, they're not like that. You want to start an argument on the phone with this man because he calling to speak to his kid. And then he hang up before the kid get there because he tired of hearing your voice. You want to come over to your baby mama house and show out and start cussing and shit. But then you walk off without the kid. I'm going to tell you something. In the perfect world, 2-parent household would be beautiful. But the reality is, if your kid got one good parent, if your kid got one parent that would lay down this life and would do its best for your child 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, into infinity, then your baby will be okay. All right, guys, I'm going to close this live out because we got bingo in a little while and, I got to rest my brain for a little bit. So thank you guys for joining me. I won't be back tomorrow. This is probably a Monday through Friday thing. And I just started it. Was it yesterday? She's not listening to me. Make sure y'all hit that like button. If you haven't already hit that like button. Like, comment, share this video, subscribe. And if you should happen to subscribe, hit that notification bell so that every time we drop a video or go live, you guys can join us. Bomb Squad, I love you guys. Y'all my ride or dies. Thank you so much. Thank you for the mods in the chat. Thank you for the conversation. Thank y'all for the back and the forth. I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Some of y'all I'll see later at bingo. Bingo, baby. She got headphones on. Baby! What time bingo?
7, 8, 8. I'm gonna try for 7:30.
Can we hit 7:45? No, I'm just playing.
7:30.
All right, guys. So bingo is at 7:30
Eastern time.
Eastern time. Watch out for your post notifications. Thank you, guys. I love you guys so much. I will see y'all on Monday. I'm sure something will happen this weekend, and I'll have something to rant about then too. This your girl Lisa. This is Hey Y'all with me. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So anytime you drop a video, so anytime we drop a video or go live, you guys can join us. I'll see you guys later. I love you. Mwah. Bye, y'all.